Welcome back, everyone. Well, today we're back here doing a project. I'm going to be making a baker tent frame on a budget. So you can see it behind me. I know you've been watching my channel and have heard about me making my own baker tent. So I took it out in the woods a couple weeks ago and it turned out really well. And of course, a key thing to hold this tent up is to make a frame. The frame's gonna be pretty expensive online, so I thought I would make my own. And you actually saw that in the past video, at least the main frame, the large piece that you see behind me, was used on my camping trip. And I also decided to make some of my own poles for the awning support. So that's what today's video is all about. Let's head out to the shop and make this. So I'm going to show you the project here. We've got 2 poles to hold up the awning, and this is the main support for the tent to hold it up that you saw in my previous video when I went out and did my winter camping test. So let's get started. You're going to need some poles, some electrical conduiting poles is what I used. They're galvanized. And we're going to start off by cutting some pieces. So 2 3-foot pieces, 2 2-foot pieces for this part. And then you'll see I just use sort of a 90-degree bend there for the side of the frame. And at the top, we're going to make 2 pieces that are 2 feet and 1 piece that is 4 feet. Over here, you can see the measurements that I'm going to be using. So let's get started. So first off, you're going to take this electrical conduiting. I got 2 of the 1/2 inch 10-foot conduit and 2 of the 3/4 inch 10-foot conduit. So I'm going to use my saw here and cut those lengths, and make sure to use your bastard rasp to get away any sharp edges that you create during this project. For the adjustable side poles here, you're going to have 2 pieces of the 3/4 inch that are 2 feet long and 2 pieces of the 1/2 inch pipe that are 3 feet long. And then for the piece that goes across the top of the baker's tent, on either side, you're going to use about 24-inch poles, 2 of them that are going to connect on the left and right side. And the central pole there, the 3/4 inch, is going to be, I made about 48 inches. Next, let's put in some holes. So I'll just show you here, I've measured off, this is how this is going to nest inside here. And the 2 little holes, they're going to line up. So this is at 2 inches and 4 inches. And so that'll be nice and sturdy. And if I want to bring it up a little bit higher for whatever reason, I can just bring it out to that last hole there. So I've measured 2 and 4 inches on both these pieces, and we'll do that first. We'll use a drill press. But first, what I'd like to do is make just a slight indentation where I'm going to be drilling, and I'll use a tool to do that. The next step is to drill some holes in the conduiting. All right, it worked really, really well. Perfect. You can see here I have one of these quick pins holding the poles together. Of course, if you want, you can use one of these clevis pins, but who wants to be trying to stick this in there and -30, and you could probably lose this little piece right there, little cotter pin. So I'll tell you a bit more about those quick pins in just a sec. Now for the top of each pole, you're just going to use a 90-degree bend there. And you can see there's a screw there that I've made really nice and tight, and I bought a thumb screw for the top. So this will be a lot easier in the field to work with. This will be installed, you know, sort of semi-permanently with this screw, like nice and firm, but this one will help you take things apart. It's a thumb screw. So when we're doing the top piece here, what you do is you put those little 24-inch pieces in here. So for the frame that holds up the tent, the top part, I drill a hole at 2 and 4 inches. It just makes it a little bit more adjustable as well. And then this other piece here nests in it, and it'll be the same on the other side as well. So you can be pretty flexible with how what length you want to put the pin in at, depending on the size tent that you have. For me, this is actually the best hole right there. So what I've been using to secure this stuff together are these little Dynaline quick pins. They are awesome in the field. You can use other kinds of pin systems, but this one's great because you don't worry about losing a part because it's all kind of attached. So it's pretty cool. Pardon the dust on the garage door, but there we go. That's what it looks like. Fully adjustable. Of course, you know, this as you guys have seen in the past video, is completely tied down with ropes and stuff. But there you go. There are those pins, really handy at all the points of adjustment. I can even change the height on this as well if I wanted to, but this is actually perfect. I guess this dust is good for something. So this is 7 foot 3 inches, the whole top line here. I mean, the tent itself is 7 feet wide. This is 7 foot 3 inches. Height wise, it is, what did I write down? 4 foot 6 inches. So it's 4 foot 4 at the midline of the tent there. So I've adjusted this now to 4 foot 6, but as for everything I've done with this project, you can see there's extra adjustments that can be made. So it doesn't have to be exactly that length. So you can make it as adjustable as you want by drilling, more holes. So now that this is done, what we're going to do is work on the poles that hold up the front awning. They will be fully adjustable as well. So we've got a couple more poles here ready to go, another 3/4 inch and another 1/2 inch pole, and a little offcut right there. I might be able to use it. What I'm trying to replicate are these adjustable poles for the awning. I got these from Canadian Tire for 16 bucks. But what happens sometimes is these can slip in cooler weather. So I'm going to make ones that are adjustable but won't slip in the cool temps. So what I've gone ahead and done and saved you the visuals of the cutting is made 2 3 foot 6 pieces, and that's out of the 3/4 inch, and then 2 3 foot pieces out of the 1/2 inch. And of course they're going to nest together like the others. I'm going to drill 3 holes in this one, about 1 inch apart, and then 1 hole kind of down here on this guy, so that they can be locked together with one of those pins that you saw earlier. So on the 3/4 inch, I'm bringing it in at about 2 inches, and then the 1/2 inch will be in at 2 inches, and I'll have an extra inch hole, so to make 3 holes on this one. So the height at the awning is usually 6 foot 3, but this way I can also take it down a little bit lower if I want to on one side if it's raining. So for the top of the support for the awning, that's going to go in my little 1/4 inch eyelets on the tent. I'm just got this in the plumbing section. It fits perfectly in the 3/4 inch tubing here. It's sort of one of these guys. And I'm using these 1/4 inch 20 by 1.5 bolts, actually stove bolts. So I don't know, whatever you can find to kind of stick in there. And you want to kind of glue these in with some kind of, epoxy, or I don't know. I picked up this heavy duty LePage contact cement. So apparently it does bond metal and plastic and stuff like that. So we'll give that a try. It's my first time making this, so hopefully it would stick in. But the idea is that this sticks in the eyelets of the tent awning to hold it up. And here they are. The little spikes are installed. So I got it in the first hole right here. There's 2 other holes, one here and one here, so I can adjust them. Again, these poles are secured in place by guy wires, very much like how I use the commercial one. So that's the one that I bought from the store, and these are the 2 I made beside it. So I can make a 3rd one as well, just for the central support on the awning. But anyway, it's basically done. So there it is, the frame for the tent and supports for the awning. Really quick and easy project. So before you all comment on the dust on the garage door, this is where it came from. If you want to know more about it, stay tuned. Now that we're back inside, I'm going to take this apart and show you how it sort of goes together, and we'll find out how much it weighs. So to take these apart, again, it's pretty easy. You have, these little pins here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the pin out, and then we're going to nest one pole inside the other. So that way, you don't have all these huge poles to be dragging with you. So you take the pins out, it's really easy. And then they go apart into 2 pieces. This is the awning support, obviously. So then I'm just going to nest it inside, and I'm going to take my pin again and line up the last hole and put the pin through again. So I'm going to take a little bit of wiggling, and then you sort of lock it in place. And so this is, the awning piece right here. That's one of them. So that makes it a lot smaller. So we'll do that to the other piece here. And then it's the same idea with the main frame. You sort of take the poles apart, nest them within each other, and lock the pins back in there. So let's do that, and I'll show you how compact this setup is. So this is quite compact. There you have it, the two awning support poles and the main frame support. The longest piece there that you see is actually 4 feet long. So this is incredible. Let's see how much it weighs. So as you see here, the frame and the awning supports come in at 12 pounds. I should remind you that when you're finishing this project, any areas that you drilled or cut, you must coat with a bit of shellac. It is galvanized steel, but when of course you cut surfaces, they haven't been treated, so they will rust. So make sure you do that. Well, thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. And if you have any questions at all about the baker's tent build or the frame build, leave them down below in the comments. Or maybe you have some suggestions for a future design for the frame. Let me know. Well, I hope you guys have a great week as always. Happy trails. Take care.